Hi students, completed in what are the character features of hydrophytes and what are the character features of xerophytes. Today we are going to discuss about some important notes on ecological adaptations. Dear students, in generally based on the habitats, plants are mainly three types. They are namely first one halophytes, second one heliophytes, okay now. Third one ceophytes. What is the meaning of halophytes? Given the example for halophytes. What is the meaning of heliophytes? Given the example for heliophytes. What is the meaning of ceophytes? Given the examples for ceophytes. Now, dear students, halophytes by means the type of plants, especially terrestrial soil plants or land plants that can tolerate the salinities of the sea, near the seas and near the oceans, some of the plants are grown. So these plants are named as halophytes. So that is tolerate the salinities. Salinities means salt water. Some plants are also grown in salt water. That is named halophytes. Okay now. The type of land plants that can tolerate the salinities of the sea are called halophytes. The sea of water, the ocean of water would be containing salt or would be containing sodium carbonate. Anyhow, some of the plants are grown near the seas and near the oceans. The example for here, Rhizophora and Avicennia. So these plants are commonly known as mangrove plants. So Rhizophora and Avicennia both are mangrove plants, such as the halophytes. So short form, in some plants are grown in salty areas, that is called halophytes. Given the examples for here in mangrove plants such as Rhizophora and Avicennia. Next, coming to heliophytes. So most of the plants are grown in direct sunlight. Are called heliophytes. 70% of the plants are grown is always depend upon to the sunlight to be make a own their food materials. So these plants are named as heliophytes. Okay now. So most of the plants grown in direct sunlight are called heliophytes. Given the examples for here, some of the tridents, Gaddi chamanti, sunflower, Produtirigudu, and most of the grass plants such as rice, wheat, maize, and sugarcane. Both are the heliophytes. Don't confuse over here. This is a halophytes and this is a heliophytes. So halophytes, given example for here, Rhizophora and Avicennia. But here heliophytes examples, tridents, mainly sunflower and grass plants. So halophytes means the type of plants that can tolerate the salinities of the sea are called halophytes. Are some plants generally grown in salty areas is also. And most of the plants are grown in direct sunlight are called heliophytes. That is halophytes. This is a heliophytes. Okay now. Next coming to xeophytes. Some plants grown in sandy places. Sandy places are called xeophytes. So some of the smaller plants are generally grown in larger plant of the trees, larger trees. Especially some of the plants grown in near the neem plant, near the banyan tree, near the bamboo plant. Okay now. And some of the smaller plants is always grown in larger plant, grown in larger plant. That is, plants grown in sandy places are called xeophytes. Xeophytes. Examples for here: ferns, that is funaria, ferns, and mosses. Mosses, best example, funaria. Ferns, that is Pteris lycopodium. Pteris lycopodium. So these ferns and these mosses are smaller in plants. These smaller in plants are generally grown in larger size of the higher plants. Larger size of the higher plants. So lower plants, in generally some of the lower plants is always grown in larger size of the higher plants. Larger size of the higher plants, that is called xeophytes. The best examples are here ferns such as Pteris lycopodium and Selaginella. Mosses, the best example are here funaria and polytrichum. Okay, now these are three types of plants. One is halophytes, second one is heliophytes, third one is xeophytes. Next, coming to what are the differences between population and community. Population and community. First of all, population means a group of similar individuals. A group of similar individuals. By means a group of similar kind of plants. Individual plant is one individual. Animal is another individual. Human being is another individual. So different individuals are grown in on their earth. Different individuals are grown in on their earth. So here a group of similar individuals belonging to the same species found in an area is called a population. Plants is one population, animal is one population, human beings is also one population. So these kinds of individuals are grown in on the earth, are surrounding the environment. So dear students, a group of similar individuals, by means a group of similar plant individuals belong to the same species, found in an area is called a population. Similar kind of the species are found in one area, that is called a population. For example, human beings, SC population to be given one area, ST population to be given one area, BC population to be given one area. And the community and assemblies of all the population belong to different species occurring in an area is called community. So an assemblages of all the populations, plant population, animal population and a human being population belong to different species occurring in an area is called community. All over the BC community, SC community, ST community and remaining OC community all are grouped together one area, that is community. So different communities are distributed by separated area, but all over the communities are distributed given one area, that is community. Okay now, this is a population, this is a community. Once again, population by means a group of similar individuals belonging to the same species found in an area, that is called population. But here community and assemblages of all the populations, belong to not same species, different species occurring in an area, that is called community. These are the differences between population and community. To be applied, plant population, plant community, animal population, animal community, human being population and human being community. Next, coming to especially hydroponic plants, the xylem is always reduced. So that is hydrophytes show reduced xylem. Why? Because water absorption is plant body, so hence xylem is reduced. In generally, all hydroponic plants or all aquatic plants are grown in water. So in this time, xylem is not required, xylem is not essential. Why? Because these plants is generally grown in water. So in this time, so this water molecules easily absorption of all over the surface of the plant body. So hence xylem is poorly developed, but phloem is relatively better developed. So hence xylem is totally reduced in all hydroponic plants, in all aquatic plants. Okay now. Hydrophytes show reduced xylem. Okay now. Hydrophytes show reduced xylem. Why? Because water easily absorption all over the surface of the plant body. So hence xylem is reduced. In those of plants, Hydrilla, Fistia, Eichhornia, Wolffia, Lemna, Azolla, Vallisneria, Ceratophyllum and Limnophila, Photomosta. These are the examples for hydroponic plants. So dear students, this is about the some important notes on ecological adaptations. Okay now, thank you.